I just want to take this time to just have an intimate moment with you so that we can connect and for you to know that we are so much alike. And I'm speaking to the survivors of domestic violence, or some of you who are still in that victim space. I was a child who was exposed to it. It was my grandfather, who was a Baptist preacher, that was the first time I ever saw a man beat a woman. And I remember that moment in time where everything shifted in my reality and my foundation got cracked. And I remember creeping down to the stairs, and my grandparents had like a platform before you got to another set of stairs that went to the front door, and there was these slats. I got down to the bottom and I peeked my head. I'm peeking through. I see my grandfather choking my grandmother, and he's banging her head against the glass pane in the door. The very next day, I came downstairs, and as I wrapped around that corner, my grandfather is sitting at the head of the table with his Bible, praying over his food. And I remember looking to my right, and my grandmother stood in solidarity with this man. It wasn't so much what my grandfather did that changed me, because he was the monster he was at that point. It's what my grandmother didn't do that changed me, because she was such a lady of grace. The way she walked over and said, "Amen, Rev." I just thought, okay, wait, so this is normal? This is what we do? It put something in me watching my grandmother that you are a lady of grace through abuse, and you hold your head high, and it's nothing that you talk about the next day, and you just go on like nothing ever happened. And then something happened in my life. I fast forward, and I end up with an abusive man. It went on for years because I was in complete and total denial, because we have this thing that we do in the world, and I call it the "it's not that bad" syndrome. I thought, well, it's not that bad because I've never had a broken bone. It's not that bad. I've never had to go running down the street like a scene out of What's Love Got to Do with It. I've never been bloody, teeth missing. It's not that bad. We're not poor. My kids are well taken care of. It's not that bad. He only does it every other day. It's not that bad. When in reality, it was that bad. I just remember thinking, it's not that bad. But it's that bad the moment you have to dim your light for somebody else to shine brighter. It's that bad the moment someone walks into a room and your heart starts to race, and you get that nauseous feeling to your stomach, and your palms start to sweat because you're anticipating what's going to happen. That's called walking on eggshells, or feeling that you don't have a voice, that you're just here, that you're someone's property and they could do what they want to. It's that bad. And I remember that point in my life that light bulb went off too. I remember taking this photo with my kids. We got the star treatment at Parrot Jungle Island, so we got to come down and hold animals. And I remember specifically we were holding, either it was like a albino python or something. It was like this huge snake that we got to hold. And there's this guy who jumps in our picture, and he's like this in the background. So back then, you can't see what's behind you. Now we have a word for it. We say photobomb. So he photobombed us. But of course, the pictures that were taken, I have no idea this man is in the picture until we go, we get them, we take them back. So the kids are excited to show their dad what we did. So we're looking through these photos, and my daughter's sitting at the foot of the bed, and my abuser is sitting to my right. And we're going through these photos, and he gets to this one photo. And I often knew when it was about to turn. I say that he turns into like this cobra. His shoulders would round, and it seemed to me like his neck got longer and his eyes would dilate. And he pulls out this one picture. He says, "What the F is this?" Now I'm thinking to myself, what is he looking at? Because I haven't seen the photos either. This is the first time we're seeing them. He's like, "What the F is this? You know I don't play this. You know I don't play men being around you, close to you, around my kids. You should have eyes in the back of your head." Now, I don't know about y'all. The ones in the front don't work very well, so I don't know how the imaginary ones in the back are going to work. So I'm thinking to myself, what is he talking about? So he shows me this photo, and literally it is a man in our photo like this, photobombing us. I remember my daughter, it's like time stood still. And she said, "Daddy, why are you talking to me like my mom's like that? Why are you being mean to her?" I checked out because I thought, this is her little 6-year-old moment that I had, sitting on the stairs, watching my grandfather choke the life out of my grandmother. Drea, you have to make a decision, and you have to make it now. What are you going to do? And so many things were going through my head because I thought, if I stay and she ends up with an abusive man and I tell her to leave, she will then tell me, Mom, you are a hypocrite because you stayed with my dad all those years. Then I thought to myself, but what if she's not that lucky, Drea? What if she doesn't make it out? Some women, their exit is a casket and they're 6 feet under. Then I was thinking, you are literally signing her name to a contract that she never read, and you need to make a decision. In that moment, he's still talking, y'all, and literally it sounded like Charlie Brown. It was like, womp, 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 womp. And I'm thinking to myself, call your dad, get some clothes, get some money, get your kids, you are done. I did not want her to wake up and have a moment like I did and think that she had to become a lady of grace, and we just get up the next day and we act like nothing ever happened. And that's when I made the decision to leave. And I literally left with $2,500, one duffel bag, and my 3 babies. Thank God I had a support system. My dad was the one that I was able to call. We had a meeting point. We had a game plan. There was somewhere for me to go. But for some women, there's nowhere for you to go. But thank God there is Samaritan's House. There is somewhere for you to go. There's help. There's an outlet. Reach out. I often say our friends, family, and loved ones, they don't know what they're helping you out of until they know what you're in. Your voice is your power. Don't be afraid. And if you are, take fear with you. I literally have a tattoo that says fearless. And I knew when I feared my abuser less, I would live a fearless life. Take it with you. Put it in your bag. Have a game plan. When I was in that situation, my lowest low was being on a balcony, standing on this ledge, ready to jump off and end my life. That was my lowest low. Because as a mother, when you think, I'd rather die than face another day with my abuser, there's nowhere else to go. That small, still voice in me that said no. And I heard my children's voice say, Mama, Mama, why did she leave us? I knew that I had to take that step. So for you, take that step. Call Samaritan's House. Pack that bag. Take your fear. And I don't care if it's $0 or $2,500 like I had. There is a new beginning. There is a fresh start. There's light at the end of the tunnel. It's going to be hard. It's going to be scary, but it's worth it. Take that step for you, for your babies, because you will make it out. You will make it to the other side. And know that you have cracks, but you are not broken. You are supported, you are loved, and you are powerful.